Joining us with reaction, former Clinton pollster, advisor Mark Penn, the author of the New York Times bestseller, Jesus is Risen, David Limbaugh. And David has done some legal work for me in the past. By the way, and you've also, I've never been the great Christian that you are. Your books have made me a better person. Let me put it that way. And very informative.
Thank you.
We know what their agenda is, David. We see that people are openly lying. I don't see an agenda from the Democrats at all. What are they going to do to make the country better, to help the people of this country?
They utterly have no agenda. So they pit Americans against other Americans, black against whites, women against men, rich against poor. That's why they're so outraged about Kanye, because he is finally coming out and straying from the Democrat plantation. And only blacks who support the liberal cause can read. We are to assume, think about what these people on MSNBC were saying, that Kanye can't read because he supports conservatives. So that means blacks who support policies that will help them don't read. It's just amazing. They have no substantive policies that will work.
Mark, I know you work for the Clintons, but you're also a pollster. The bottom line for me is, as an American, I want every American to have the American dream. Nice house, safe neighborhood, decent car, take their kids to Disney, go out to eat once every week or every other week, not have to worry, save a little for their retirement. That is achievable. But under Barack Obama, we went way backwards. Donald Trump's policies are working. Do you think this is an opportunity for Republicans to now bring into the fold demographic groups that maybe have not voted Republican in the past?
Well, look, as a pollster, Donald Trump sits at about 45% approval. That's below the 50% that a president really needs, despite the good economy. So there's been a lot of issues, a lot of churn, a lot of division.
Yeah, but he's been polling higher than Barack Obama at about the same time in his presidency.
That is true, that actually he's stabilized his polling, but he hasn't gotten above 50. And look, Democrats believe in the American dream, too. You know,
what are they offering this election? What are they running on except hate Trump, open borders, keep Obamacare, and take the crumbs back?
Oh, there's a lot of Democrats running on health care. There's a belief that the Republicans didn't fix health care and that it's sitting out there. And Obamacare has had a resurgence from what it has. So, look, while there are a couple of people saying some really bad things, and look, I don't like what Hillary said or what Holder said, because I think that Michelle Obama's right. Democrats have to stay high. And when they don't stay high, they basically give ammunition for you and every other show.
Her own husband said to get into people's faces. He once said, I'm going to send Mr. Burgess to Fox News and take on Sean Hannity and tear him up. He did say that, too.
Well, in fact, when he was president, we moved over to the center, reached out to the other side, find the value center, vital center. I think Democrats would do a lot better if they did that today.
But we had 13 million more Americans on food stamps, 8 million more in poverty. He never reached 3% GDP growth. Look at record low unemployment for every demographic, David Limbaugh.
Yeah, Obama did not reach out. He said, get in the back seat of the car. We don't want you to do a lot of talking. He was the most divisive. So
they have to sit in the back, he said, yeah.
And so, yeah, well, the Democrats do not, with all due respect to Mark, who I do respect a lot, I don't think the Democratic Party does stand for the American dream. They stand for the fundamental transformation of the American dream, the American founding principles, actually for socialism, which historically has impoverished and enslaved people and led to totalitarianism, which is why the left is totalitarian in its tendencies, more and more.
It just doesn't work. Obamacare, millions lost their plans, their doctors, and paying double, in some cases triple, by the time it was over. But I still, Mark, I know you're sincere. I do believe that.